to be able to share the word with you and how it has affected his life. But most of all, he hopes that by the end of this service, you will walk away changed. Let's stand as we welcome our speaker for tonight, Pastor Ronald Hussey.
Vision. Good evening.
Good evening.
I see purple out today. I wish I had a purple shirt. Dion just really got a shirt. I would like to thank Pastor Barney for having me here once again. Obviously, I did a good job last year. That's when we come back. Dion, tonight you appreciate it. Vision. Good evening. Royalty. Good evening. How are you? All right. I got my shirt. Thank you. Oh, you got a shirt.
I want one. How much is a shirt?
Is it kind of tight? We good? All right. So everybody with a purple shirt, say purple gang gang. Everybody without shirt, say squad. Alright. So Dion Red, I am from the X. Over it up, rock. From the X, from Bronx. You guys don't know that,
BX, stand up.
Yeah, from Southview section of Bronx. I am married for 8 years to my beautiful, amazing, the backbone of my family, wife. I can definitely tell you when God looked at man, he said it wasn't good. I guarantee, he was looking at me and said that was not good. And he gave me actually not one wife, but 3 wives. I have 2 other beautiful daughters that act like my wife at times. She's not at home. You guys can sit looking uncomfortable standing up. You're making me feel uncomfortable. I have 2 beautiful, interesting daughters. Abrielle, who is not here. If you guys know Abrielle, Abrielle is the dancer. She dances absolutely everything. You can give her a one go-around sort of a dance and she will get it, and she will probably look better than you while doing it. So that's my dancer. Olivia is Olivia. She is everything. She's a clown. Olivia is a blessing though. She's been through it, and we know that she's going to be a very interesting character as she grows. So I would like to thank you guys for having me here. I hope what I'm going to say to you guys is a blessing. I'm actually going to tell you guys my testimony. I already know Royalty already heard it, and I know you guys haven't heard it. And everybody else who doesn't know me hasn't heard it. Just want to sit here and say, Miss Barnaby. Miss Barnaby is my co-worker. She is my good friend at YCA. She's a 7th, 8th grade teacher. She yells a lot, so. Actually, I yell a lot. But Sister Karen is a very much good blessing to me and to the rest of the staff that's there. All right, where's my graduates at? Graduates. Give it up for the graduates. Give it up for the graduates. Where are graduates at? Raise your hand. Everybody graduated? No, seriously, where are the graduates at? Good. Congratulations. You graduated from Singleton. Oh, you did? Yeah. So congratulations to you guys. If you're going to high school, I would say remain and abide in him. That's what we're talking tonight. I'm going to actually change the theme. And it's going to be abide, not remain. Abide, summer 16, right? Abide. All right. So congratulations on all your graduates. Let's pray. Let's bow your head. Let's close your eyes. Father God, we just thank you for the night, Lord God. We thank you for just being in our building, Lord God, right now, Lord. I ask that you work in our hearts, Lord God. Open our minds, open our ears, Lord God. Soften our hearts for your word, Lord God. I ask that you be with me, Lord God, as I bring your word, Lord God, that it will affect the youth and anybody who in here tonight, Lord God. So we thank you, Lord God. We love you, Lord God. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen. So once again, I grew up in the Soundview section of the Bronx. I don't know if anybody know what Soundview's at. It's by Hunts Point. You know where Hunts Point's at? Yeah, it's over there. It's back in the 80s and 90s. It was a very hot spot for drugs. Okay, it was probably the biggest drug area. If you guys know Amadou Diallo, who got shot 21 times, I think. Yeah, he got shot 21 times, taking his wallet out of his pocket. I live a block, right the block before that. I lived a block before that, and I actually heard the shots when he got shot. So that's the Soundview section over there, okay? In the 80s and 90s, a big drug territory. It wasn't really a gang territory. It was actually more of a territory versus territory place. Parkchester didn't like Bronx River. Watson didn't like Story. It was more like that. The gangs didn't start running probably until like the early 2000s, so 80s and 90s. It was more of a territory type of thing, right? So you can only imagine what our summers looked like. Our summers were crazy, especially our basketball tournaments. We were a very heavy basketball area. We played ball from when the sun came up to the sun went down. It probably kept going to the early nights and early mornings. Playing there. You guys know Kimball Walker? Everybody know Kimball Walker? He is from Soundview, okay? Kimball actually played ball with Kimball Walker when he was small. We used to beat him up and bully him around. That's why he's nice now. So I grew up in a stable home. My mom and dad were actually married for 45 years to death do them part. My mom actually died about 2 years ago from ALS disease. So they were married for a very, very long time. My dad was a bus driver for 20 years. He drove the New York City bus. And my mom was a caseworker in the Barrios of South Bronx. And they had three great children. My oldest, they had 3 great children. Okay, my oldest is Samantha, who is a wonderful and a wonderful spirit right now. She is actually coming to know Christ more as we speak. And my older sister, which is the middle child, Nicole, she is there, trying to get there. It's funny because I just got, them two have been getting into it for the past several months, and it finally came to a head where now everybody is kind of into it and expecting everybody. And I got into it with my brother-in-law earlier and kind of lost my sanctification, and I actually prayed about it, and when I got to the front, they actually called me, and now they're talking. So, and the thing was, I was in the middle of this, and I was trying to play actually God in the middle of this, and I actually backfired, and now I just let God do what he had to do, and God did it. So now they're talking, and now everybody's all right, hopefully. So there was me, 2 sisters, and then me. Named after my father, Ronald Benjamin Hussey Jr. I am a junior, yes I am. I'm very proud to say that. Yes, my name is Benjamin. Yes, that's a very powerful name. Yes. Exactly. So it came to me, right? My mom and dad were strict on my older sister. My older sister, she actually went to college and got pregnant at an early age, and they tried to learn from that and go on to my second sister, and they kind of lost her. She became independent. So when it came to me, it was more, okay, you know what? We're going to let you do what you have to do with a little bit of restriction, but we're going to actually support you in everything you do. And I actually joke with my dad, and I say, you know, like, if I would have jumped off a bridge, I think you guys would be like, no, don't do it, but make sure you land really good. Like, things like that, because they just supported me on things like that. So once again, like I said, my dad was a bus driver in the city. To tell you a funny story, my first year in high school, I went to Mount St. Michael Academy in the Bronx. What's up, dude? We're gonna deal with that after. We're gonna deal with that after. And I didn't know, but my dad changed his bus route. My dad changed his bus route, and this is the first day of freshman year of high school. And I'm trying to fit in, and I get to the bus stop, and the bus pulls up, and then everybody's there, and we're like, you know, talking, and I see from the corner of my eye, this bus driver looks very familiar. He looks so familiar. So I get on the bus, and it's my dad. And if you don't know Puerto Rican culture, we kiss. So I kiss him. And the kids go, did you just kiss the bus driver? I got something on his shoulder and I was blowing it off. But that was my first day of high school that he actually was there. And yeah, I kissed the bus driver that day. It wasn't too good. So when I was about, my mom and dad always tried to keep me busy because Soundview was just it was a busy section, but it wasn't a positive section. They try to really keep me busy. They try to put me in everything, every sport as possible. I can play every sport and to the really good. I can play every sport really, really good. And
You ain't bragging, you really can't.
I really can't. I'm really serious. I can really play. Really good. But I can't play soccer. That's one thing I can't play. I'm not good with my fingers. I can play lacrosse, yeah. Well, I just can't play soccer. I got no rhythm. If you ask my wife, she said I can't dance. So, yeah. But that did not stop me. That did not stop me to get into things that I just wanted to. I was just curious about certain things, but at the same time, curious but very naive. I just wanted to be in. I wanted to fit in. A lot of my friends were probably 5 or 6 years older than me, and I was the littlest out of the whole bunch. So my first illegal job was I met a guy named Glock 17. His name was Glock. Yeah, his name, like the gun, Glock. His name was Glock 17. His really name was Devon, but his name was Glock 17. And he was a gun runner, which I didn't know. He just asked me if I wanted to make a couple of dollars, $20, $40 here and there. If I could take this package to Cypress Avenue in the South Bronx and just drop it over at his grandmother's house, that he'll give me $20 or $40. I said, sure, I'll do it. So that's what I was doing at the age of 9 and 10 while I was going to school in elementary school in the South Bronx. I would stop at his house every morning, and give me a package, put it in my book bag, and I would head to wherever you needed me to go. They wasn't going to stop me. They wasn't looking for a 9 to 10-year-old at that time to wondering they're carrying these type of stuff. So, you know, that was my first illegal job. My first job, illegal job. But my parents continued to keep me busy. Basketball, football, track. They tried to keep me busy. I met some great people along the way as I started growing up. If you guys know Willie Colon played for the New York Jets. I think he's the he plays offensive line. He doesn't play anymore. He's actually a broadcaster. If you know him, look him up. I grew up with him. He's a really good friend with me. I also know Tyson Gay. You guys don't know Tyson Gay. Look him up too. He's one of the fastest men ever in the world, probably next to Usain Bolt.
Gotta remember where we are.
Okay. I got it. Usain Bolt is a very good guy. Yes, he's very fast. So along my journey in sports, I met a lot of people. Okay. But track and field was a sport that I loved and it was passionate about. Ball really came first, But as I went down life, track and field was my thing. Track and field, if you don't know, it's a very hard sport.
Yep.
It's a very, very hard sport. It's a sport where you break yourself down every single day. 4 days out of the week, you're really putting yourself through a lot of paces. Just for a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds on a weekend. Track and field is a physical sport, but it's mostly mentally. It's mental sport. So really, if you tell yourself you can't do it, you ain't gonna do it. You gotta really push yourself past that limit where you're telling yourself, you know what, I'm gonna run through this wall. So track and field is a very mental sport. You're not mentally there. It's not gonna work out for you. So sports in the Soundview was my thing. I really didn't like school. I still don't like school. You know, it's funny saying as a third grade teacher, right? I know. I don't. Me and school don't work together. Like it's just. If you ask me, my wife would be like, "But you're very smart." I can watch History Channel all day. All day, I can tell you everything about history, but just me and books really just doesn't work out really well. So, like I said, I went to Mount St. Michael Academy in the Bronx. Okay, go Mounties, right, Brian? All right. I handle that later, like I said. Went to Mount St. Michael in the Bronx. And there, I thought I was going to go play ball. That was my thing. I'm gonna go play ball. And God had other plans for me. And I was gonna go try out. But what happened was one of my friends that was actually trying out told me, "You have too many detentions. You can't try out. They're not gonna let you try out." So me believing, because once again I'm naive, I said, "Oh, all right. So you know what? I'm not gonna try out. I won't try out." I didn't know that was a lie. And the coach had asked me, "Why you ain't try out?" But the kid that actually told me, he knew that he wasn't gonna make the team if I tried out. So I stuck with the second passion, which was track and field. And we had freshman field day freshman field day every year in the beginning, where all the freshmen gathered together. It was more of a recruitment for other coaches. That's basically what it was. They wanted to see who could play baseball, who could do track, who could do football. So they put together these type of events where they could see what kind of talent they got. So the football team was already in season, and they already established their football team. And they already established that they already had one of the fastest kids. His name was Kareem Best. And during the field day, they had 100 meetings. They had a 100-meter event. And I joined up, because Kareem was next to me. I ended up beating Kareem. And at the end of the day, when I was going home, there was like a group of 20 football players by the gate. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to get jumped because I just beat Kareem. I'm going to get jumped. I really am." When I'm walking, I'm thinking I'm tough, and I'm like, "What's up?" They're like, "You the one that beat Kareem?" And I'm like, "Yeah, and what's going on?" "Oh, nah, the track coach wanted to see you." And I was like, "All right." So I went to go see the track coach. All right. I went to go see the track coach. I was like, "You want to see me?" He's like, "Yeah, you run track before?" I'm like, "Yeah." And from that, I developed my track and field career. All 4 years, I ran track. I had a really great resume in track and field. If you ask coaches who are in New York State, they will probably tell you that I'm probably one of the best New York State runners ever. I would say that. I would say that. People will even tell you that I should have broken the world record in 100 at age 15. That's one of the things I heard, and I'm just like, nah, that's unbelievable. But people believed in me that much. But at the end of my senior year, I was ranked and highly ranked in the nation in the U.S. And I was recruited by USC, I was recruited by LSU, TCU, Oregon, Indiana. I had full rights to go to all these schools. It was just on me to choose. I ended up choosing Texas Christian University. It's funny that I choose Texas Christian University. So that was my school. That was my dream school that I wanted to go to, TCU, the Horned Frogs. I wanted to go there. But God had different plans. God had different plans for me. My senior year, a week before my birthday, before my 18th birthday, we went to good old New Rochelle. We went to the Palladium. I don't know if you guys are too young to know the Palladium on Main Street. There was a club in the beginning of Main Street. It was called the Palladium, and Jay-Z and DMX were actually performing there. I'm like, let's go. So we went, and it was 4 of us. It was me, one of my best friend Reggie, one of my friends Jeff, and one of my friends Steve. We all was in the car. And Main Street is a 3-lane street or a 2-lane street? 3, right? It's a 3-lane street. And Jeff was driving, and Jeff thought it was cool to make a left-hand turn from the right-hand lane all the way on the other side. And I know New Rochelle cops are very particular about certain things like that. And when we made that left, we saw the light.